What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Today is gonna be a great day. Since the last video, we've actually had the Evo running, and it's running really nice, really strong. And yeah, today we got a bunch of well, not a bunch, but we got new brakes, and we got, well, not new brakes, well, we got new rotors for the Evo. So as it sits right now, the car does run and drive, and it runs really well, actually. Like, Danielle and I, we actually took it up and down the block more than a few times, and things are actually shaping up really good for the car. We actually washed it, so it looks a lot better than it did now. So yeah, so today I think I'm going to get all the rotors actually changed out for I got some rotors here. So yeah, I don't know, I forgot to get brake pads. So like, I think the brake pads on this thing are probably like decent. So I'll actually have to double check, but I'm gonna move the car up, and we're gonna get right to work, just because it is definitely something that, like, these rotors are just like, they've been, since the car sits so long, I think they're just like, they're just junk. You can see, yeah, it's pretty bad. Just the wear on them is just like, the rotors are pitting and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty bad, but all in all, the car is looking really good. So yeah, we're gonna actually get to work, so let's do it. I'm gonna open up the doors and enjoy some of the day, because it is very sunny, a little bit windy, but still very sunny outside. So yeah, let's get to it. People, so now that I have the wheels and tires off, these are a couple things that you will need. You will need a you know, because we're doing the brakes and rotors, this is what you will need. A couple of things. So you're gonna need a 1/2 inch you know, like long ratchet, you know, like and what is this, a 19 mil, like stubby. I use a stubby because I can get in there a little bit more. Or you can use you know, a combination of a stubby and a short extension, 3-inch extension, or you can just use a you know, 19 mil socket. That's not a big deal. That's going to be for the front, just to get the calipers off. And this is what I'm going to use for my my rear. You're going to need a 17-inch, like a ratchet or ratcheting wrench, or anything that you can get in there. So what you're gonna do is, let me get my flashlight here. I always do this to you guys, but so let's just give a quick look. This is what you're looking at. This is what you're looking at from the bottom here. So you're gonna look for these two 17 or these two 19 mil bolts. This one here and this one at the top here. So once you take that off, you can actually pry this bad boy off. Take special care to not bend or mess with this you know, crossover tube, because if you do that, then you'll have to make or buy a new one. They're not cheap. I think they're like 50 bucks each or something like that. So make sure you do that. That's for the front, and let's go for the back, just to give you a kind of a it's a quick look. So now you can kind of see there's this one here, the 17 mil, and then there's one tucked up way up against here, that 17 mil. So once you get those 17 mils off, you can do the same back here. There's no crossover tube or anything like that. You can just pry on it and get the rear calipers off. So let's get to that now and start getting these brakes off and getting them changed. So I'm gonna concentrate my fire on the front and get those kind of done, and we'll work our way to the back. Let's go. so here you have it. It's really not that difficult to do your own brakes. I know you probably did notice that I didn't change out the pads. There is a good reason for that. So I have to get this thing inspected, and right now the pad life is pretty decent, but I will be taking these things off just to powder coat them anyway. So there's no use putting brand new pads and rotors, or brand new pads in here just for me to take them out in, I don't know, could be like 2 weeks or anything like that. But there's no point in me going crazy putting all new stuff. I just wanted to make sure like I can get new rotors, just because the rotors right now on these things, like as you can tell, they're just junk. And I'm a firm believer in like the you know, drilled and slotted rotors, but when they sit for a very long time, they just get really bad. So I just replaced them with some, you know, OEM style you know, rotors. And yeah, so we're gonna work on the back right now. So as you guys know, the yeah, you can see, and that is another reason too, just because the rear pads, or the rear rotors, don't have the slotted and drilled, like, you know, things here. So it'd be just ridiculous just to put slotted and drilled rotors on just the front and just leave the back, you know, like this flat machine surface or whatever. So but as you guys know, the e-brake on this bad boy does not grab at all. So I'm going to take apart everything and probably gonna lube the adjuster and adjust it so that like I can get my actual brake pedal, or my e-brake, to actually grab, because right now, like I said before, it's not grabbing. So I'll show you exactly how to do that. And I have already taken these things off. So you know, not this one specifically, but you know, if you remember from the other side, I actually had to take off just because put a new stud in. So this one was actually taken off, so I gotta go through and make sure all the adjustments are in there, and we'll go from there. And this is just a little bit more difficult than doing the fronts, just because there's no anything mechanized in the fronts like there is in the racks. So let's just get to it. People, so here we go. Quick definition of what these are. So you have two springs at the top to hold everything together. You have a spring at the bottom to hold the bottom two shoes together, and then you have your retention springs on the two sides. So that's a quick definition of what these are. So one's your trailing shoe, which is the rear, and one is your leading shoe, which is the front. So looking at both of my e-brake shoes, they actually look in really good condition. No cracks or anything like that. And I did do both of them. Did pull off this hat too, and there's a little crack here, but nothing too crazy. As long as it's not striations down the sides or in the center, I think we will be all right. So these things look really good. So this is what I'm actually gonna do. So this is the adjuster here, as you can tell, and this is obviously where all my adjustment is gonna go. So I have to look to see which is which, but I'm pretty sure clockwise it forces the shoe out, and then counterclockwise it forces the shoe in. So you're gonna want to play with this a couple times before you actually can get it right. So my suggestion to you is, if you're on the ground, which most of you guys might just be on the ground doing this, you know, put the you know, make your adjustment, put your what do you call it on, your brake rotor, and pull your e-brake up until you're happy with the, you know, where it sits. So me, I'm just gonna I'm gonna adjust both of them at the same time, let my car down like I just told you guys to do, and I'm gonna just start playing with this thing until I'm actually happy with it. So let's go. Okay, before my battery dies, let me just give a quick look. So I'm going to be putting these bad boys back together, but I want to show you exactly how this bad boy looks now. All right, so the e-brake before was way up here, so now look, way better, way better. So, oh boy, I'm gonna start to put these bad boys back together. There is a plug that goes in here, and I think we can actually go ahead and button this bad boy back up and possibly take it for a ride, because it should be good. Should be good. So messing with it for a little bit, and yeah, I think it came out pretty good. Came out pretty good. So yeah, let me get this bad boy off this and all back together, and we'll take it for a test drive, and let's see if the e-brake will work. So let's go. Okay, people, it's revving a little high. I gotta fix that somehow. Probably gotta get in there with the tune or whatever, but here we go. The e-brake is up. Let's show you. E-brake is up. It's a little high. I think I gotta adjust it a little bit underneath here, underneath the center console. But yeah, we are getting there, people. We are getting there. It looks so much better with like new brakes, new rotors on there. So I'm gonna go take it for a quick test drive and let you guys know how it goes. So before it actually starts to rain, because it looks like it's gonna open up any time now. So yeah. Let me go for a test drive real quick. All right, people, there it is. The Evo is back in the garage after a very successful test drive. For sure, there's gonna be more content with this thing. I will show you this. I did have the inner tie rod in just sitting here, but I'm not gonna do it for a little bit, mainly because since this car is not on the road, I don't want to attempt to do an alignment on this thing on the in the air. So I want to take it to somebody that can actually do it, and I don't trust myself really doing it. Even though I was an alignment tech for a very long time, I always had a machine, but I definitely want to get the inner tie rod in done. But this episode, and it's really just not going to happen. So I don't know. There will be more. I think I will actually try to paint this front bumper myself, because as you can tell, like look at this, like there's like stuff here, it's chipping, and like there's a bunch of stuff, like there is yeah, it just does not look good. But I think I will attempt to do it myself. I'm actually pretty decent when it comes to paint, so I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. I didn't really trust myself to actually do the side skirt extensions and the rear extensions on the GTR, but with this Evo, I think I can actually do it. So I think I actually need to get the color code. Well, not the color code. I need to take this front bumper to a place and actually have it paint matched, because there's absolutely no way I'm gonna try to rattle can this without having the exact code that this bumper is, because it matches up pretty well. But plus I need a front crash bar, which I don't know, I have to see like where I'm gonna actually get that from. But there's so much more stuff on the interior I gotta do. I gotta clean up the back seat, I gotta clean up the front seats. So usually when I buy a car, everything comes out. I power vacuum everything and do all that jazz. Yeah, there's so much more stuff that I really want to do with this car, for reasons beyond me. I got to take the tint off, so I'm not really excited about that, but got to take the tint off on all 5 windows, 4 windows, whatever, and then I can actually do some more things. I think that's kind of about it. Like I said before, I do have to take the front seats out, the rest of the rear back seats. This interior has got to get cleaned, like something fierce. Do something about that radio, because I don't even know if that radio works. So there are a couple things. The door cards need some work. Everything. This whole car needs to run through again. But I don't know, one thing at a time. But the major thing is the car is running, like I said before. You know what? I got to take this wing off because look at this. I actually prefer the carbon look, but whoever painted this car, they just did like a terrible job. Look at the runs here, runs here. There's runs all over the car, to be honest with you, but I can get over that. I'm gonna sand most of that stuff down and make it raw carbon, and see if I can't clear some of this. Maybe like this stuff here, this stuff here. I probably won't clear the top because I don't know. Well, I have to see. I have to see how I feel. But as it looks right now, this paint is just junk. But anyway, enough of me rambling. If you like my content, you want to see more about the Evo, like, comment, subscribe, and I think that's it. I'll just see you on the next one. All right, deuces.